Welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you are new to my channel, my name is BlancaEstela and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my foundation routine, because if you guys have seen my videos, I don't really show me applying my foundation, so I decided to do a separate video on that today.
I'm feeling a little bit sick, so I'm sorry if I'm a little like, I don't know, I don't feel good.
I've been feeling like this since yesterday, and my eyebrows came out ugly as fuck today. Oh well. Anyways, I didn't put any eyelashes on. I just wanted to do a simple eye look just for the sake of the video. First, I always prime my face. I do have oily skin and I have big pores, so I try to use a primer that's matte and helps me to cover up my pores. And for today's primer, I'm going to be using e.l.f.'s Poreless Face Primer. This does a really good job at covering up my pores, but it doesn't do a good job at keeping me matte. So when I put this one, I usually mix it with a matte one. But since I'm going to be taking my makeup off after this, I'm just going to apply this one on its own. Put some on my finger, and then I go like this. I don't go like this because I feel like that doesn't really keep it in place. If I go like this and then I pat it down, it really helps the primer to stay in place. And then I put this wherever I have big pores. And then I just pat it in. So when I would put the matte one, I would put the matte one like on the outside of the face, and then I will mix it with this primer and put it on my nose. But since I'm just putting this one on, I'm just going to put it on the areas where I have big pores. And then in my forehead right here. To do my foundation, I usually use a beauty sponge. But I recently got the Y6 by Morphe because Laura Lee recommended it to me. So I've been using this one lately, which I think is way faster than the Beauty Blender. But when I do have the time and I want my makeup to look really, really flawless, I use the Beauty Blender because I do feel like the Beauty Blender blends in the makeup more flawlessly and just looks way better than with the brush. But I do like this brush. It doesn't drink up that much product, and most brushes, they leave streaks on my face and this one doesn't. So when I'm in a hurry, I usually use the brush. And since I do want to film this video quick because I do want to take a shower and get in bed, I'm going to use the brush. And for foundation today, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This one right here. I'm just going to dot this all over my face with this little spatula that it has. So I'm going to get the brush, and then I'm just going to go ahead and stipple it around. When I'm going to use a really full coverage foundation, I don't apply it under my eyes just because I feel like it is too much makeup, and when I apply the concealer, it just cakes up a lot. So to me, this foundation is not really that full coverage, so I do put a little bit under my eyes, and then I go in later with the concealer. Just going to pat this around. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but I always have a hard time getting the foundation on my nose, like especially right here, like on this area with the brush. So sometimes I just go in, when I'm using the brush, I go in with the Beauty Blender and I just push it in to the sides of my nose because it really helps to keep the foundation there. With the brush, doesn't really help. I get my beauty sponge and I'm just going to really push that in. Okay. And then sometimes I do put it on my ears, just depending on how. If it's too dark, then I will put it on my ears. And then I like to bring it down my neck. And then my forehead. And sometimes I also like using a brush because since I do my eyebrows first, the brush really helps me to not mess them up. But at this point, I don't care if they get messed up. They're ugly right now anyways. Right? Have oily skin, you want to stick to a matte foundation. And if you have dry skin, you can use a dewy one. I always go for matte ones because I do have oily and I have big pores. And if you use a dewy one, that's going to make your pores emphasize more. When I wear a really full coverage foundation, I usually just use the concealer to highlight. But when I'm not using a full coverage foundation, then I do use a concealer to help cover up some spots. But today I'm just going to use it to highlight. I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. And this concealer does go a really long way. And since it is really, really light for me, I'm only going to add a little bit. And just spread it around really good. Just gonna put that much down my nose. Okay. And I also use the beauty sponge. I think it just helps blend it out even more, and it doesn't cake up with the brush. I don't know if that makes any sense, but to me, I feel like it doesn't cake up when I use a beauty sponge. But I didn't wet it, so I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna be using my M536 brush by Morphe. It's part of Laura Lee's favorite brushes. She did create this one. So it is a new brush, and I really like how it blends out the foundation, the concealer. So I'm gonna be using this one since I'm already using a brush anyways. So I just want to stipple it around as well, and then I also like to drag it down. See how much brighter that looks? And since it is really full coverage, you can't see none of my dark spots or anything, which I really, really love. So I just blend it around, and then I just bring it down. I don't bring it too far down, I just bring it just so it can look bright. Sometimes when I know I'm going to be highlighting and the concealer is too light, then I usually use a darker foundation on purpose. So when I apply that light concealer, it doesn't look noticeable that it's too light. That makes any sense? Because I do blend it out really good, so it blends in with the foundation and it makes it look my skin color. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my face. I've recently ordered the Maybelline No Shine Free Loose Powder, and it's going to be like my second time using it, so I can't really tell you guys if I like it or not at this point. But later on in the videos, I will tell you guys if I like it. So since I am trying it out, I'm going to be using it today. I heard really good reviews on Ulta's website, so as I picked it up, and it's pretty affordable. I think it was like $5. And I ran out of the Airspun, so I was like, why not try something new? I'm using two brushes. This is the brush that I've been using since day one to set my face. This is by City Color. As you can see, it's already broken, and I put tape on it just because I don't want to order a new one. But this is a brush. I use this one to set my face, and then I use this side to set under my eye. But I did get a new one. This is Morphe's Y11, and this is really good to set your under eye. So I've been using this one for my under eye, and then I've been using the big side of this to set my face. So that's what I'm going to do today. I usually bake, but for the sake of today's video, I'm not going to bake just because I do want to finish filming quick. So I'm just going to set it. I like this brush because it really gets under your under eye. So I do recommend this brush to you. And I also use it to set... I basically use it to set the parts where I added concealer. Down my nose. And I do prefer to bake rather than just set the under eye, because since I do have little lines under my under eyes, if I don't bake it, it does tend to crease a lot. So that's why I usually bake it, and then when I bake it, it doesn't crease as much or it doesn't crease at all, depending on how much powder I put under there. So since I just set it right now, like in a couple of minutes, it's going to be creasing and all that, but it's fine. Okay. And then I'm going to use this side of the brush to set the rest of my face like I always do. I like it because it's angled, so it's really easy to get into the corners of the face. So just set it like... And I do it in patting motions because I feel like if you swipe it or go in circular motions, it is going to move the foundation around and it's going to get cakey. So I do it in patting motions, and it does keep the foundation in place and it doesn't move it at all. and it just makes the makeup look more flawless. And then I also bring it down my neck. And then I don't know about you guys, but I always set around my eyebrows just because I do get oily around there too. So I usually just go in with the small part of the brush and I set around my eyebrows. And then I also go in one more time with the brush around my nose because I do have a big nose, so it tends to crease the foundation throughout the day. So if I don't bake this either, it does crease, so I bake it also. And then after I bake it, I push it in like I do with my under eye too. I bake it, I wipe it away, and then I get some extra powder and I just go under like this. And that really helps me not to crease. I'm gonna move on to contouring. For today's contouring, I'm gonna be using Tarte Park Avenue Princess Chisel palette. I love this palette to contour. I like to mix the shades Angel and Princess Cut. So this one and this one. To contour, I'm going to be using my Morphe brush number R14. I'm just going to mix these together. Tap it and then just snatch this face up. I like this brush because of the size. It's not pointed, but it kind of is pointed in a way. And the bristles are not that soft, so it really helps to keep the contour in place and it's not going to move the powder around. And sometimes I do bring it up like this, just to give it a little bit more of definition, but today it doesn't matter. Then I do my forehead. And then I bring the forehead contour all the way down here to connect with the cheek contour. It just makes it look more blendable and natural. And then of course the jawline. And then I also contour my nose. Where is my brush? I was using one of the oval brushes, a really tiny one for my nose contour, but I lost it, so I've been using another brush and I actually like it better. Oh, here it is. I actually like it better. This is the Firma brush number 202, and it did come in one of my Ipsy bags. And I like it because it's fluffy and it's angled, so it's just the perfect size to contour my nose. So for my nose contour, I used only the shade called Princess Cut because it is a shade lighter. So it just makes the nose contour look a little bit more natural and not too much of noticeable contour. So I'm just gonna. And then I hate that I'm left-handed, so it's hard for me to contour this side of the nose. So I do this side first, and then you'll see what I mean. I can contour this side good. Up and down, up and down. And then when I do this side, my left-handed goes sideways. Like I try to go up and down, but it goes like this. I don't know why. So I try to use my right hand, and it does the same thing. I don't know why. So I try to do it really, really slow. Like that. And then I also contour the nostrils. And then right here. Use my beach brush number 126, which is just a small fluffy brush. And then I dip it into the translucent powder. And then how I blend out my nose contour, I just blend it around like this. First I go up and down. And then I go in circular motions. And then all together in the middle. And that really helps to blend it out. And since doing this does move the foundation and the concealer around, I tend to put the most foundation and the most concealer on my nose when I'm gonna contour it, because when I blend the nose contour out, it does move it around. So when I used to add a little bit of product, it would you could actually see through the foundation. You can see my skin. But since I add a little bit more now, when I blend out the nose contour, you can't see through the skin at all. So that's one of my tricks for you guys. Moving on to blush. Today I'm going to be using Morphe's new HD Cool Pro blush palette, and it looks like this. And I think I'm going to be using the shade. I'm going to be mixing the shades called Driven and Queen, which is this shade, and this shade. And Queen is really, really pigmented, so you want to go in light-handed with that one. So what I like to do, I'm going to be using my Morphe brush number E4, which is just an angled brush. And I'm going to be mixing it into Queen first, just a little bit. And then I'm going to mix it into Driven. And I'm just going to put it on my cheeks. I like Driven because it is a peachy, shimmery blush. And then I mix it with the Queen because it just gives it a little bit of more pigmentation. Now we're a little bit pink. And then last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and apply my highlighter. For highlighter today, I'm going to be using my BlancaEstelaBeauty Cosmetics Spotlight Highlighting Palette. Looks like this. And I'm going to be mixing the shades that I always mix, which are called Dream and Radiance. And it's the top gold colors in the top. One of them is lighter than the other one. This one. And this one. And to apply that, I'm going to be using my Morphe brush number R36. So I'm going to be mixing these two. And then just applying it to the top of my cheeks. And then I like to bring it up here like this. And then on my nose. I put most of the nose highlight on the tip, not so much going up and down, because I do get oily on my nose, so that's just going to make it look more oily. And then I'm going to do my Cupid's bow. I love putting a shitload on my Cupid's bow because it makes my lips look bigger. I have small ass lips, so. Now we're all glowy and shit. Okay. And then I do always add highlighter to the inner corner in my brow bone. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using my Morphe brush number E36, which is just a small pencil brush right here. And I'm going to be mixing it into the shade called Dream, which is one of the shades that I mixed together. It's one of the lighter ones. And I'm just going to put this on my inner corner. And on my brow bone. Just like that. And then for lipstick today, I'm going to be using my LA Color Matte Flat Finish Pigment Cloths in the shade Fleur. I don't know how to pronounce it. This one right here. And I'm just going to apply that real quick, and then we'll be done with the video. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah. That's how I normally do my foundation. For work, I do use This by Maybelline because it's not that full coverage, so it's perfect for work, and it does keep me matte for the 10 hours that I have to work for. And for work, I usually just do my face makeup. I don't do no eye makeup, no eyeliner, no nothing. And yeah, I did do a video on it. If you guys want to see it, I will link it down somewhere on the screen somewhere. And yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm going to take this makeup off, get in the shower, and get in bed because I'm I don't know what's wrong with me. Hopefully I feel better later. But yeah. Bye guys. Love you.